Now, Juneteenth celebrations can look different from place to place. In Fayette County, this year in Fayetteville, the celebration has become an effort to preserve a local piece of Black history. Our Clayton McChesney stopped by the Pierce Cemetery to get a closer look at what's being done to preserve its heritage.
Here in Fayetteville, Pierce Cemetery is known as a historically Black burial ground from the days when races were segregated, even in death. Many current and former Fayetteville residents can trace their roots to those buried here, with some graves going back to the 1800s. One local would often come to this graveyard to visit past family members, but was saddened to see it become neglected through the years.
And year after year, I didn't see any progress. I never saw that anybody was taking an interest. So every year I was discouraged, thinking nothing's ever going to happen in terms of the cleanup.
Asante did what she could to clean up the cemetery, but she knew she needed to think bigger. Last year, she got in contact with a former classmate who happened to be the mayor of Fayetteville to organize a cleanup effort.
In order to survive as a society, we have to know where we've come from and where we're going. And we have to remember we're all in this together. It doesn't matter whether you're Black or white, Republican or Democrat. It does not matter. We're all in this together on this world.
But what started out as two former classmates soon grew, Asante saying it took on a life of its own. Members of the community joined in, along with organizations like Leadership West Virginia and Mountaineer Challenge Academy South.
To see people who don't really even know the families out here to actually help with this cleanup is just, it's amazing.
Asante says she hopes the historical nature of this cemetery will inspire more organizations to continue the preservation, keeping the Pierce Cemetery around for future generations to learn from. Here for you in Fayetteville, I'm Clayton McChesney, WVVA News.
Thank you, Clayton. Now, Mayor Cruikshank says the Pierce Cemetery has more than 180 graves in total, including 10 veterans and 6 pastors.